This video is for informational purposes only, and is not a substitute for individualized professional advice. Let's get started. If you are a retiree or planning for retirement, you should be concerned. Retirement with financial freedom has never been so challenging. The purchasing power of your retirement funds is deteriorating rapidly, and the speed of decline will accelerate in the future. The traditional safe investment assets are no longer safe, making it harder for you to keep up with inflation. The younger generation faces a difficult challenge too. If you are in your prime earning years, the speed of your wealth accumulation will be far slower than your assumptions. You will face lower income growth because in the future the skill set that you acquire today will probably become obsolete faster than ever. And unlike any previous generations, you will neither have social security payments nor stable pension funds to sustain your living expenses after you retire. The worst part, you may not even be aware of what is really happening. The global pandemic and the lockdown have been especially cruel for retirees and near retirees. Many have lost jobs and have been forced to tap into their retirement accounts earlier than they expected. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. The real danger is that the value of your retirement fund is plummeting at a speed beyond your imagination. We all have some vague ideas of inflation, but have you ever questioned why inflation must exist? We were taught that inflation is part and parcel of our lives. We were taught that because we are earning more over the years, we should be willing to pay more for goods and services, which in turn causes the prices to increase. However, have you ever wondered why in the past 20 years, the price of coffee increased fourfold, and yet we are paying a quarter of the price for a smartphone that is many times more powerful than the old one? Have you ever wondered why many central banks have set an inflation level as a target, instead of rising wages as a target? The hard truth is that inflation was not always the norm. Rather, it was often a planned strategy by the central governments to debase their currency and write off their debts at the expense of the debt holders. And in case you haven't figured it out, the money in your bank savings account is an IOU. You are actually the bank's debt holder. If you understand the history of finance, you will realize how ignorant and naive people are when they talk about the US's policy of unlimited quantitative easing. If you could please take a moment of your time to like the video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell to receive future notifications, it is greatly appreciated. Let's continue. Quantitative easing was not invented by the Fed, not even the Bank of Japan as some people have claimed. It has been used many times in human history. From the ancient Romans' manipulation of coinage to China's ancient banknote jiaozi, central governments have been using inflationary debasement, similar to quantitative easing today, to fund their military and economic obligations. And the universal consequences of all these examples are inflation, war, and the collapse of the empire. One thing most people have difficulty comprehending is that inflation is not just an increase in prices, but it is also the loss of purchasing power of the country's base currency. One way to look at how much value our currency has devalued is to compare it with gold. Why? If you say someone is taller or shorter, it's always relative to another person. If you want to know a person's real height, you need a measure. Gold is the measure. In the past 20 years, the price of gold, in US dollar terms, has increased from US $255 to US $1,770. If we look at gold in Singapore dollar terms, it has gone from $445 to $2,461. What does that mean? It means that the US dollar has lost 78% of its value, and the Singapore dollar has lost 82% of its value in the past 20 years. Yes, Singapore has had to debase its currency because we export more than we import. If we annualize the numbers, the United States dollars depreciated at an average rate of 7.9% per year, and the SGD depreciated at an average of 8.9% per year. Some people may argue that while inflation is unavoidable, at least people's wages have been increasing over the years to neutralize the effect. So my question to you is, did you receive a 10% salary increment year on year over the past 20 years? In other words, are you earning 5.5 times more than what you earned 20 years ago? I know some of you did, but many of you didn't. Why not? The reason is that while inflation is universal as a whole in the economy, the distribution is unequal. It is unfair, but the fact is that the speed of the increase in wages and prices has not gone up universally nor at the same rate. The impact has not been uniform across all sectors. And this process produces undeserving winners and losers, which is the root cause of wealth inequality. I hope this video was some help to you. Please be sure to like the video and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching and have a blessed day.